Good morning, everybody. This is live from the barbecue department at Wannemakers, the epicenter of grilling and smoking in the western suburbs of Chicago. I'm Steve Kress. I am the grill department manager here at Wannemakers. Well, welcome, everybody. What a gorgeous, beautiful day here in Chicagoland. It is in the 70s. You can't beat that in February, so enjoy it while you can. Get out there and cook. Get out there and just be outside. A lot of people outside yesterday. I was off yesterday. That's right. I took the day off again yesterday on Monday. Great time. Hey, Steve, happy Tuesday. Thank you very much. Again, every time you come in, if you can, give them permission to use your name and everything. They're not going to send you anything. This way I can know who you are. But thank you very much. It's great to have a happy Tuesday. Greg Schneider, nice to see you in here. Greg, I think were you just down at the rodeo last week? And then another Facebook user says hi. So welcome, everybody. This is a great show. I think it's show number 127, if you can believe it or not. We've done 127 of these great, lovely shows. So today we do have a guest today, so you're not going to have to suffer and watch me just talk. This is actually from one of our newer vendors that we brought in. We did replace B&B chips and chunks, and we now carry Smokey Wood. There it is, Smokey Wood. They are out of Wisconsin, which is nice because you get the cheeseheads a little bit of business, which is good. They bring the cost of the bag down a little bit. But we're going to talk to his name, Jim Taylor, and we're going to talk to him. He's down there in Texas, and he was telling me about how hot it is down there, and telling him how nice it was here, even though our overnight temperature is going to be in the 20s, and we'll be back to normal a little bit tomorrow. So it's a great product. So we're going to talk to Jim a little bit, get a little bit about his background, and then talk about the product itself, because I think they're really neat. I think it's a nicer chunk than B&B. I think it's got a nicer little profile look to it. So let's bring in Jim and let's see what he's got to say about it. Hey, Jim.
Hey, Steve. Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah, no problem. We tried to do this a while back. Poor Wes Wicker got kind of put into the mix there on accident, kind of as a cover, because you guys had some storms or big winds, I think it was, that you had.
Yeah, I was super thankful for Wes for stepping in and picking up there. We had a huge issue down here, but I'm glad to be here now, man.
So tell me a little bit about yourself, Jim. What are you doing in barbecue? What you are a barbecue cook, I'm assuming.
I am a barbecue cook. My boys and I started. I've been barbecuing my entire life. Was raised up in it. My boys and I started competing back in probably 2010, and it has kind of morphed. My middle son ends up buying a timber mill, and was the beginning of Smokey Woods. And here we are today. Later, we're countdown is somewhere over like 1,050 Ace stores at the moment right now.
Yeah, it's a great product. I said originally brought it in because it was a little bit more of a value than the B&B. But when I had a chance to look at it, you might have one there. I can kind of show people the bag. But there you go. You got it. The thing I got when I got the chunks in is that right there is, to me, the most important. I mean, almost every single chunk in the bag is of the same portion, which is when you're, as you know, when you're smoking, it's a ritual type of thing. If you know you use two chunks of cherry and that gave you good food, you want to use two chunks of, I can't even say that, 2 chunks of cherry. I should have picked a different flavor. 2 chunks of cherry again the second time. And with some of them, it's you're hunting through the bag to find different pieces that get you that size.
That's exactly right. The key to good barbecue, really to any cook, doesn't matter what you're cooking, is being able to repeat it, being able to make a good product and repeat it consistently. And that's one of the reasons that we are so critical about the way that we process our wood and the way that we cut it. Precision cut, kiln dried. This is our logs that you carry, the mini logs. And you can see it's the same type thing. And the reason for that is you can't have consistent cooks if you don't have consistent product. It's just that simple. If you know what certain sizes and certain amounts of wood are going to do for your temperature and your bark development and all of those things, then you want to be able to go back to that and know that you can do it consistently.
Yeah, and then it's like as Sean Young, who does our classes here, he always talks about you always want to remove as many variables as you can when you're cooking, and if you can you always get a consistent chunk where you're going to get the exact same size, then that's reducing some of the variables when you're cooking. You're going to get the exact same thing each time you cook.
Yep, that's exactly right, and that's the reason that we spend as much time on that stuff as we do. Even our chips. You'll even see, I don't have any, here, let me open this bag. You'll even see in our chips, which typically are not the best illustration of your consistency in a barbecue wood, but you can look at this right here. Turn it down, babe. And the same thing, our chips are dried to uniform moisture content. And what we've developed, I believe, produces the best, cleanest smoke that you can get out there in the market. And, good solid packaging is always important as well. And we spend a lot of time and money in our packaging for that purpose, because the last thing you want is for something to fall apart on you, start leaking stuff out in your car or whatnot.
I'm a little jealous because you have a camera person. I never get the benefit of having a camera person. Yeah, Greg Schneider was saying the same thing. He said, yeah, he agrees completely, and he has noticed smaller shaved chunks lately, and what he has been, what he's gotten lately. So that's probably your big difference is the consistency of the chunk. How dry do you guys measure the dryness of your chunks and
Oh,
wood when it
absolutely.
comes out?
Absolutely, we do, and we're going to be in that 6 to 8% range pretty much all the time. There may be some that comes out a little less, but that's going to be our sweet spot.
Nice.
4 to 8% through there. Yes, sir.
And for those that may be watching that may not know, the drier, what's the big difference between a drier wood and maybe something that's got a little more moisture content in it?
That big, thick, heavy plume of disgusting gray, white smoke that you get at the startup. What that is burning out the excess moisture. The moisture, the sap, all of that stuff that's inside the wood. It's really an inefficient time of your cook because you get an acrid style smoke, and you also get you're just not getting the heat that you need out of that wood because it's burning up all this moisture. Okay, so it's cooling things down. When you start with a good, consistent, dry product, what you're going to end up with is a cleaner smoke, a better tasting smoke, and you're going to get quicker time to coals, which is where you want to cook at, is with your coals. And you'll get a quicker time down to the coals.
Does the drier wood burn up a little bit quicker? Do you find that it burns up a little quicker, or you got a good burn time on your?
It's an excellent burn time. What you will get out of it is a little quicker startup because, again, you're not getting rid of that moisture and as much of that stuff. But no, our cook times are spot on. We did a ton of research with pitmasters when we were coming up with our stick. Anybody that's ever run an offset understands that it's running along there at 250 and it's time to come in and put a log on. You got to do that every hour or so. And you put your big split in there, about 10 minutes, what's going to happen? Your temperature is going to drop. It's just going to come down to the bottom because that big log has smothered out your coal bed. And then in another 15, 20 minutes, what happens? Your temp just spikes. And that's because it has now caught, and it's this big giant piece of wood, And what we found with a lot of research with pitmasters among ourselves and out at the Royal, we're the official wood sponsor for the American Royal, and is that using these mini logs, you don't get near the up and down that you do with the other splits. You get a much more even keel. You know how when you're running a pit with a some kind of electronic control device, and it'll get up
Mm-hmm.
there, it just runs right at that spot. You get a much more even burn with these mini logs than you do with the big ones.
Let's go
And
through some.
same goes for the chunks. When you're cooking in your backyard in your green egg, for instance, and you go and you add in chunks, if these chunks are all the good same size, and you don't get these big giant ones or little bitty ones that create too much surface area and spike your temperature, then you've got a good cook going on.
Yeah, Corey from Doodle Q says good morning to everybody.
Good
Yeah,
morning, Corey.
Greg was kind of saying the same thing. The drier wood with that smoke, you'll get a little better tasting barbecue because you don't have to wait, like you said, you don't have to wait for that yucky smoke to burn off. You're going to
No
get that
question.
nice blue clear smoke. And then of course another Facebook user says good morning to me. Thank you very much. Good morning to you. If you can, please always let when you sign in, let StreamYard use your name and likeness or whatever it is, because this way I can see who you are. But good morning. And was I mistaken? The wood comes from Wisconsin? Am I correct?
Yes, all of our manufacturing facility is in the north woods of Wisconsin, up in Crivets, which is 30 minutes south of the Upper Peninsula. I am local to DFW, although I make that trip up to Crivets every month or two, somewhere around there. And I look forward to being able to come in over there. I think this summer you're having a big grill extravaganza, and I think we are planning on coming and being a part of that.
Yeah, as we get closer to that, that's June 15th. As we get closer to that, we'll get more information out about that. We'll kind of nail down. I think you might. I did talk to the guys from Brio, and I think you guys would be working with the Brio guys a little bit, and this way they can burn some of your logs, and that'd be a good show for everybody to see how good the logs burn.
Oh, for sure. We work with those guys a lot. Love those guys.
And then another person says, good morning to me twice. Stephen T. Kress, good morning, Steve. Good morning to you as well. Thank you very much for signing on today. It is a gorgeous day, so we might want to, I almost called Jim and told him that we're going to hold off another week because it was just too nice to come into the store here to do this thing on my day off.
Let's get out and do some cooking, man.
Yeah, right. It's a great day to cook. If you get well, I don't know how the afternoon and evening are going to be, but man, yesterday was the same way, man. What a day to get out there and cook. I forgot what I was gonna ask you something, and now I forgot. So how long are this? Because I know that a lot of people, when they come and they get the splits, I know they're always looking to what size they are. What's the exact length of the split?
Our splits, this log right here is 3 by 3 by 8.
Okay.
And our chunks are 2 by 2 by 3.
Okay, so that 8-inch size is good. That's going to fit in just about anything. Then that's going to be get you in any kind of an offset type of application.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I've got buddies that even will use this split or in a large big green egg, or they'll cook completely with splits in an extra large, just to give it a little difference. Cooking over live wood instead of charcoal is a cool thing sometimes. One of the things I love to do, like for instance with our steaks, we're going to have steak night, is I'll light a whole chimney full with no charcoal, just a whole chimney full of our mesquite chunks.
Ooh,
let those things burn down to coal, get the whole bag just right where you want it. Man, there's hardly a better steak that I know of on the planet than one cooked over mesquite, because you're cooking fast, so you're not going to be worried about the mesquite imparting a lot of creosote or anything like that on your food, and you let it burn down good beforehand. And mesquite is a really good high temperature cook. Short cook, high temperature, and it just gives an amazing flavor. As a matter of fact, one of my barbecue restaurant friends, He uses a couple of them actually do like a Friday night steak frieds, and they use our chunks when they're doing that with mesquite over that.
Do you know? Do you know Mr. I think it's. Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember from Facebook. Brian McClarity up there at the 407 barbecue.
Man, I've been good friends with Brian since the tornado in Moore, Oklahoma, back in, goodness, 2010, 2011, somewhere through there.
Yeah.
Worked with them in Operation Barbecue Relief out there. Brian and I have become really dear friends over the years.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I watch his posts, and God bless him. His restaurants always busy, which is a fantastic thing, because I got to
Brian,
get down there and try the food. That's the bigger tragedy of the whole thing, is I haven't eaten any of the food there.
you come down and I'll buy your lunch over there, buddy. I guarantee it.
How can you
Yeah.
pass that up?
As a matter of fact, our first competition pit, first serious competition pit, we bought from Brian. It was a lime green Jambo from back in his big fish barbecue days.
Actually, you know what we can do, if we want. I'm going to step away for 2 seconds here, because what we could do is we can do a little. Since he's probably your buddy, bigger than my buddy, but I see him on Facebook, and we're both Operation. There is. I got 407 Barbecues rub right here.
Heck yeah.
So that's good on. Have you used that? Is it good on just about anything, or is it just more?
Yeah, Brian doesn't use a lot of sugars in any of his stuff. So even his ribs are Texas style ribs, meaning they're fully savory. And so yeah, that stuff, you can use it on ribs, you can use it on brisket, you can use it burnt ends, you name it, you got it.
Yeah, so like I said, get in here and get some Smokey wood, and then get some 407 barbecue, and there you go. You got the whole DFW area taken care of right there.
What else do you need, man?
Yeah, right. Else do you need? Excuse me. My good friend Adam's on. Good evening, Adam. He says good evening to me and to Mr. Jim. So he's being very good, old Mr. Jim. And then Adam at the moment is stationed over in Germany. I do send stuff over to Germany, so he's with the Air Force over there in Germany. But he will be moving to Arizona by the end of the year, so that'll be kind of nice to have him stateside. So congratulations on coming back stateside. That's always great when you guys go away, to be able to come back home. And Arizona is a great place to be warm. That's for sure.
For sure, we thank you for your service, for sure. And we've got a good relationship partner out in Florence, Arizona. Is just opening a restaurant. He's got some rubs. I don't know if you have them in up there yet or not, Steve, but Kyle Matasuski is out in that area, and he'd love to hook up with you, Adam, and y'all cook some barbecue, man.
What is that? What's the name of his rubs?
His rub is called Your Behind Barbecue.
I love the name. There's nothing better than barbecue named products and teams.
Oh, no question. His restaurant that they are just now opening actually is called Wings and Bones.
Yeah, there's nothing. If anything, just to search barbecue competitions and just go through the list of teams that are registered, and it's just amazing. You never thought you could find so many ways of using pork and smoke and into any kind of phrase that you can find. So it's kind of a fun thing with the barbecue. So back to the chunk. You guys have all the flavors. You got the hickory, you actually got post oak, you got mesquite, you got pecan, you got apple, you got cherry.
We have white oak. We have white oak as well. We have hickory, mesquite that I mentioned earlier.
Yep.
The post oak that you mentioned. I mean, we cover all of it.
And I think I mentioned in one of your phone calls, I'm looking for a person that will be able to supply me with peach chips and chunks. I think we've talked about that. It's hard to come by, and it's not that popular, so that's what makes it.
We get peach chips on occasion. They're usually small quantities and limited availability on those. Um, we used to have them in the full rotation, and those and maple, and we culled both of them just because we just didn't get enough response for it. But that doesn't mean there's not something else coming. We've got several big things in the works for
Oh,
24 and 25 as well. Big
yeah.
things.
Okay. I'm really looking forward to. We'll have to have you on again to go over the big things. Yeah.
No
Adam says
questions.
I'm going to look up that. He said he's going to look up that Wings and Bones when he gets down there. So that. Are you going to be close to Florence, Adam? Do you know if you're going to be close to that area? I don't know where the base is or
It's about
where to.
45 minutes from Phoenix, wherever he's planning on being.
Yeah, I don't know where the Air Force bases and stuff are in Arizona. So
Me either.
but hopefully it's close and then that they can do that. Well, I think it's kind of neat that it kind of you got a product that's coming out of the Midwest, which is kind of a cool thing. You said you're in 1,000 Ace stores. If you had to guess, how many teams would you say are running your wood right now?
Ooh, man, that is a good guess. Back to the based out of Wisconsin. I just have
Yeah.
to mention we were just at the awards ceremony this last week. We were one of the finalists for the Manufacturer of the Year in Milwaukee or in Wisconsin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, huge shout out to the winner there. I can't recall the name right offhand. I knew I was going to do that, but it is a huge honor to be included in that, and we'll be back this year.
Maybe this time, yeah. But yeah, you have a rough guess? I mean, obviously being an official sponsor of the American Royal is a cool thing. Um, if you had to put a number on it, would you give a guess at how many teams are running your stuff?
I'm gonna guess just rough right now. Probably 30.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 right now, which is not bad for considering the short rollout that we've had.
Yeah. Any particular team names you'd like to shoot out?
Well, the Come and Smoke It team burns nothing but smoky woods. Man, I would have to look at a list of that. Honestly, you got me on the spot here, man. I got so many that just jumble around up in my head. I don't want to call somebody out that and get them like, what the heck, man?
Yeah, trust me on it. Trust me, I can't. As you saw, I was going to ask you a question and I forgot. Just so everybody knows, you get to a certain age and it's, sometimes, every 15 minutes is like a new day because you just don't even remember what the heck was going on that you were thinking of.
That's the beautiful thing about my life, Steve.
Exactly. So if you're having a bad day, just wait 20 or 30 minutes and you'll forget what the heck you're even thinking of and you'll be back to having a whole new day.
Take a little nap and all is well.
Yeah, right. Nothing like a nap. That's what I'm going to do after this show. Maybe take a nap. What is Greg's got a comment here. He said join the MBBQA if you haven't joined yet. Oh, I got some of those, I think.
Yeah, some heat your meat.
Yeah.
Smoky Woods koozies.
Yeah, let me go grab the box really quick. Hold on a second. Of course, as you can see, I'm always prepared for show day. Yeah, Jim sent me this great box a while back. And it's got a whole bunch of goodies in it. But yeah, we do have some of those. So if you come in and you see me and stuff like that, there's a hat in there. So if you come in, see me buying some Smoky Wood stuff, we can pick through the box there and see if we can. You're welcome to grab some swag. There's a whole bunch of good stuff in there. There's some koozies. There's the koozie that Jim just had. There's the koozie. There's actually even not a lot of them. There's a couple. I think there's a couple of them, but there's even some shirts in there.
Yeah.
So come in, buy some Smoky Wood stuff. If I'm here, just let me know, and I'll let you pick through the box here a little bit, and you get yourself some swag and as appreciation for buying some Smoky Wood. But I do recommend everybody come in and give it a try. If you've had other chips and chunks, I really would like you to come in and try some of these. One, like I said, they're going to be less expensive and they're going to be more precise of a cut. How long did it take you to make chunks then if you got to cut these like that?
We've got a really cool process, and that was part of the upgrade after Derek bought the timber mill, was going in and retooling and getting it to a place where we can produce product the way we do, as opposed to the way a lot of other wood companies do, where you start with a like a cordwood split and then try to chunk it out of that. We actually have an entirely different process. It's all machinery based, so it's a super safe setup, and it really chunks them out quick. We can we produce the chunks in big bins, and we load these bins, and then they go into the kilns, and that's where they dry. They come out, they go to packaging, and the big 18 wheelers pick them up and take them to the Ace warehouse. And next thing you know,
There
they
you
show
go.
up at your store and
Yeah,
in your
right.
backyard.
And hopefully gets to everybody's backyard. I think more people should buy them because I think they're awesome just because of that precision cut, and that's what I usually put. You get a lot of. Doesn't look like there is. Do you guys debark everything, or do you leave some stuff with bark on, or?
There will be a few pieces in there, but for the most part, we use all the center cuts, which are bark free. Um, we do have some. I told you there's some big plans coming up. Part of that big process coming up is some retooling that will include full debarkers, even for those that don't. As it is right now, we cull some of that, use that in our chip or pellet manufacturing, and then move on with the good clean parts for the of the trunk.
Yeah, that's not. Now the lumber mill. Does he do regular lumber as well, or is he just doing chips and chunks?
Now we only do cooking wood.
There you go.
Yes, yes, sir.
Wasting nothing on 2x4s in this plant. It's all the stuff you can burn. No, they're awesome. Like I said, I got all the great stuff. Trying to think of something. Oh, I was going to ask you, did you go to the Houston rodeo?
I did not get down there. I had other commitments. We were going to be a part of that, and we had some commitment issues that just made it not possible. By the time we had to move our big rig down here for the ACE show coming up next week or week after, and the timing just didn't work out for us to do that and get the HLSR going.
So what's the first big competition you guys will be heading off to? You guys going to do Memphis, or is there one before that?
Um, I don't know if we're going to do Memphis or not this year. There's so much back and forth with that whole Memphis and the other competition coming in the same weekend. I just don't know how effective either one of those are going to be with it being like that. So I don't think we're doing Memphis this year. I do know that one of our pro staff is doing the frozen bones.
Oh, okay, yeah, up in Wisconsin there. Yeah.
Yeah, yep. We got somebody that'll be at Frozen Bones. Um, Dustin Willett is a member of our pro staff, and he'll be up there. His team is Meat Sweats barbecue competition team.
Nice. See, I told you there's a play on every word that makes it sound.
There's no
They're
lack
just
of
fun.
creativity in barbecue, man.
No, exactly. Did you just on a kind of a side note, personal thing? Did you ever get a phone call from the gentleman I had mentioned to you
I did
about that?
not. No, I was going to
No.
ask you again about that. I did not.
Okay. I'll have to reach out. I sent him your number and told him that you wanted to just to give you a call and you guys could talk. I'll try and reach out to him again. I don't really have his number. I kind of just have him on Messenger, so I'll try and
I
reach out
got you.
again just to let them know. Maybe sometimes people don't check Messenger as often as they check. Obviously,
Yeah,
texts are a little more
yeah, for sure.
easier to
And
get notified.
feel free to just give him my number, and my phone number, and let him get hold of me that way. It'd be easier.
Yeah, no, I did. I sent it. Like I said, I sent it via
Okay.
Messenger, so maybe he didn't see it. But yeah, I gave him your phone number and your contact info, and I said, "Here, give Jim a call," and he's willing to talk to you about everything. But I know he uses it in. He likes it. He uses it. He's actually looking. You guys still sell it in the box?
Yes, yeah, we can do boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
'Cause I
don't.
think he's
It's not in our retail offering, but yeah, we can do it in boxes for him.
okay. And is the box split a little bit longer, or is the box? It's all the same stuff.
The we've got a couple of different boxed ones. Um, the mini logs will be the exact same one. We did have some in a boxes that were longer and thinner, that were more directed toward like some of the larger pizza sticks.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Um, I don't know if you sell Alpha ovens there in
Uh,
your store.
I don't. I can get Alpha. I don't stock them. I have Uni and Gosney, which are usually like the real tiny small sticks,
Sure, sure,
as
sure.
opposed to a bigger log.
Right. And we do those smaller sticks as well. And yeah, my lovely assistant just brought out a.
I need to get an assistant too. I'm jealous
Yeah,
twice
yeah,
now.
yeah. You do. You can't have mine though, Steve.
Yeah, right.
I'm kind of attached to her legally. Um, yeah, this is what it would look like.
Okay.
So yeah, we can definitely do that.
All right. Yeah. No, we'll reach out to him and do that, and then yeah. No, I look forward to selling a bunch of your stuff. I appreciate you giving me your time here a little bit. I'm going to try and get out there and enjoy the rest of this day because I don't want to miss too much of it.
Keep it up, man. Enjoy your day, and thanks a million for having us on, man. Your support, Steve, just means the world. I hope you know that.
Yeah, no, and you guys put out a good product, and look forward to seeing you guys. Hopefully this summer everything works out, and you guys will be able to get up here this summer for the extravaganza, and we'll get to see. And I know. Oh, and thank you for pushing Wes this way.
Oh,
Uh, we've gone through. I just talked to him this morning, or actually texted him this morning. We were already gone through 2 cases of his stuff, so. Um, yeah, that was a good find. I absolutely love it. The taste of it is absolutely incredible. So,
isn't it incredible?
um,
He's got some cool stuff coming for coming this year too.
yeah, he's got a new Fuego. I saw the post for that. He said it's not
Yep.
available yet, but as soon as that comes out, we'll get that in here. But yeah, thank you for that heads up too, because that was kind of a nice find from talking to you. I got Wes in here, and his products is amazing. So,
Excellent.
and
He's a solid dude too, man.
and he was able to fill in for you when everything got blown away.
Yeah, for sure.
So, all right, Jim, thank you to you and your assistant for coming on today. Look forward to talking to you in the future and hopefully get to see you up here at the store sometime.
Thanks, Steve. I'll definitely get in there.
All right. Thanks, Jim.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
All right, everybody. That was Jim Taylor with Smokey Woods. We do carry their chips and chunks and their splits. Like I said, I do have that box of goodies back there behind me. You can kind of see it. So if you do see me in the store and you're coming in and you're buying some Smokey Wood products, please let me know and we'll see if we can find it. I usually hide the box a little bit. I will let some of the other people that do the grills know that box is there, but yeah, just kind of look for me specifically because this way it causes less confusion and wear. Or if anything, leave me your name and number or something like that, and I can give you a call. If I'm not here, I can give you a call back and we can get you a way to get you hooked up. Oh, Greg says to check with Myron about the peach chunks. I will. I'll have to talk to. I think I talked to his son because we with the rubs and stuff. I can't think. I want to say I want to say David, but I don't know if that's the right name off the top of my head. Getting as you get older, you get really bad with names. Go figure. Anyway. So this last weekend we had our pork and rib class here at Wannamakers. Everybody had a great time. I was right. Greg did that. It was David. Thank you. Thank you very much, Greg, for saving me once again. So yeah, we had a pork and rib class. Fantastic class. Everybody was here. Everybody had a great time. Thank you to everybody who purchased a ticket and came out. Ryan Hoagland from a Barbecue Black Zone and Beer Rock the Griddle. He made some great stuff. And the food that Dave, who really runs the pits while Sean's in here teaching the class, he cooked some amazing food again. So with that in mind, we do have one more class with Sean Young from Risky Brisket, and that will be March 16th here at the store. That will be our Grill Master class. That's actually quite an amazing class because that one we'll actually do a little bit of stuff about burgers and steaks and stuff like that. You'll actually get to cook some burgers and cook some steaks, and you actually get to learn all the times and flips and all this other tricks that you can do. I know Ryan's got some great stuff that he's going to be sampling out on the griddle as far as how you can use some of those leftovers and how you can use some of the stuff and make some neat desserts and stuff like that on there as well. So if you're looking for an afternoon of barbecue entertainment and learning and to eat, make sure you sign up for that Grill Master class March 16th. And we also do have, for those of you that are into the comp end to it, as far as competition, regular competition cooks, backyard competition cooks, or even if you just want to know what goes on a barbecue cook as far as brisket and chicken, we do still have the class with Sterling Smith and Richard Fergala, Loot and Booty and Fergalicious Barbecue. That is on March 23rd. We need signups, people. We need to get signed up. If you're thinking of doing it, you need to do it sooner rather than later. We need seats for that, or these guys may not show up. I shouldn't say they won't show up. It's just expensive. Richard Fergie comes up from Missouri. Smitty's coming over way from Arizona. There's expenses involved to get here, so we need to get to a certain dollar amount to make it worth their while to come up here, because after all, it's not fair for anybody to lose money to do anything. So keep that in mind. If you know of anybody that's into the competition barbecue and really wants to see how that end of it's done, it's completely different than backyard. Some of the trims and cooks and stuff you'll get to eat in that as well. So please pass that along. That's March 23rd. You can go to wannamakers.com and register. You can go on wannamakers.com and that'll take you to the link. Otherwise, you can go to fergalicious.barbecue.com and register for that as well. That'll get you signed up. And then Sean Young's class is also on wannamakers.com, so you can do that too. We do have next weekend, we do have our big garden show coming up March 9th and 10th. So get in here. The list is getting narrowed and solidified to who's going to be here. Weber Grill will be here, of course. We do have a bunch of local vendors coming in, so I'd like you guys to get in here and support them if you can, because that would be absolutely amazing, because they are local and they're small batch and they're just trying to make it in the barbecue world just like everybody else. But so far scheduled to appear, we got Old Arthur's Barbecue will be here. Deuces Wild will be here. Rackmaster's Barbecue will be here. Fire and Smoke Barbecue is coming up from Florida. He used to be right here in the local area. He now lives down there in the St. Augustine area, and he's going to be coming up for that. So I appreciate Mikey K for driving all the way up here and doing that. And then a new vendor from right here in Downers Grove, which it just came in. I'm going to scoot over here and grab a bottle of it. And that is the guys from Whiskey Shores. They were here. They're right out of Downers Grove. It is a veteran owned. One of the partners is a veteran, so it is veteran owned. Great new product. They actually taste really good. So get in here and support them as well. And then we will also be on the Saturday, March 9th, of that weekend. Grilling with Dad will be in here, so he will be in here cooking out in the greenhouse. So come on out there and see Grilling with Dad and check out his products. He does have 3 of them now. So come on out and just have a great time. Let's flood the place with barbecue love. That's all I can say. I'd love to see the place just packed with barbecue people, and these guys do very well. Because I know it's good. You want to make yourselves and stuff, but then in turn we buy from them, so it ends up supporting them. So come out and taste some of their products. They're actually awesome. So that pretty much covers the whole roundabout. The store is getting very spring looking. All the patio furniture is out ready to go. The grill department's good. Everything's here for your plants and all that other stuff. No flowers or anything in the greenhouse yet. That'll be coming. There are some. We do bring in some stuff for the garden show, but the big stuff will come in a little bit more towards the end of March-ish, kind of. It depends on how the weather's going to go. So just kind of always keep calling and checking to see what kind of flowers and stuff we have, because we have some of the best flowers and stuff like that, I think, in the area. So with that, I am going to head out and try and enjoy a majority of this great, beautiful day. You have a great week. I don't have a guest slated for next week, so we'll see if what we're going to do as far as a show for next week. Be looking for it. As always, follow Wannemaker's Barbecue and Smoke Supply if you're seeing this on something else, so you can catch every single episode. Or you can subscribe to It's All About the Barbecue on YouTube, and that will get you both my Tuesday show and the Thursday night barbecue chat, which is on It's All About the Barbecue. So follow those. You can also follow It's All About the Barbecue on Facebook as well. That'll get you the majority of the Thursday night barbecue chats. If you haven't seen any of those, head on over and check them out. They are fun. I do that with Ryan from Barbecue Blackstone and Beer. We kind of do a nice show on just talking to people about barbecue and just chatting about what's happening around in the barbecue world. So with that, I'm going to head out, get into the store, get in here and shop. And like I said, we are all set, almost ready to go for spring. The weather is just making it even better. You will be absolutely amazed at the amount of product that's actually in the store, besides the barbecue stuff. I'm kind of partial to the barbecue stuff, but there's great stuff for everybody in here. So have a great day. Possibly see you next Tuesday. I will not be on Thursday night barbecue chat this week. Tricia and I are heading out to the Foxtail in Downers Grove. They are going to be celebrating their 4th anniversary. So if you are in the Downers Grove area and you're looking for a good place to eat and you want to help celebrate another small local restaurant, head on over to the Foxtail. You may actually catch me. I think the band, they got live music that's going to be there. That's going to be around 6 o'clock, I think. So yeah, just love supporting small business. Get out there if you can. And hey, let's just start cooking, and let's just start tasting the food. And like I said, have a good week, everybody. As always, be kind and courteous to everybody in the retail service industry. We're all working and trying as hard as we can with what we have. Everybody just needs to tone it down a little bit and just be a little more patient. Things will be starting to picking up. Store will start getting busier. Just be patient. That's all I can ask. Just please be patient. Please be kind to everybody else shopping in the store, and be respectful of others, because after all, it's our differences that make us great. Because after all, who would want to live in a society where we're all exactly the same? So please, let's be a little bit more tolerant in what other people think, believe, and how they want to enjoy their life a little bit. So with that, see you, everybody.